Hi, it's Liz. Today I'll be showing you a quick little tutorial for this adorable top that's based on the lacy rose I created for the sunrise throw. And most of the top is made up of triple crochet stitches, so it works up quickly. The pattern is super easy. It's just 2 squares, identical front and back, and then we add the sleeves at the end. I used about 500 yards of this size 3 weight cotton yarn, and I'm wearing a size small. For this project, we'll be using a size H or 5mm crochet hook, and the first row will be a row of foundation half double crochets. So start with a slip knot, chain 2, turn your chains to the side, and in the first chain, in those 2 side loops, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through a loop, yarn over, pull through another loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. And let's repeat. Yarn over, insert your hook 2 stitches back, yarn over, pull through a loop, yarn over again, pull through the first loop, yarn over again, and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. So just repeat your foundation half double crochet stitches for as wide as you'd like your top to be. Mine is a size small, which came out to 18.5 inches wide, and then mine came out to 61 stitches. And just make sure your foundation row is a multiple of 3 plus 1. And so now on the screen you'll see the size recommendations for how long you should make your foundation row. And so now for row 2, turn your work without a turning chain, and in the first stitch, place a single crochet and chain 2. This first stitch will count as your first triple crochet stitch. I like doing it this way, it just makes the edges more even. And in the next stitch, place a triple crochet and triple crochet in each stitch to the end of the row. And for row 3, chain 1, turn your work, and half double crochet in the first stitch, and half double crochet in each stitch to the end of the row. And your last half double crochet will go into the top of that second chain of the first stitch. And row 4 will be a repeat of row 2. So turn without a turning chain, single crochet, chain 2, and then triple crochet in each stitch to the end of the row. And row 5 is a repeat of row 3, which is a row of half double crochets. And for row 6, turn your work without a turning chain, single crochet into the first stitch as we were doing before, chain 2, and now we will do a sideways double crochet 3 together. It sounds complicated, but it's easy once you get the hang of it. Yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through a loop, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops on your hook, yarn over again, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through a loop, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops, and yarn over, and pull through all 4 loops on your hook. And you have completed your first double crochet 3 together. And now skip the next 2 stitches and slip stitch into the next stitch. Chain 3, and then make another double crochet 3 together in the same stitch. And then skip 2 stitches and slip stitch into the next stitch. And repeat this process to the end of the row, ending with a slip stitch in the last stitch. And here I am placing my last slip stitch into that last half double crochet. And then we'll chain 1, turn, and then half double crochet into that slip stitch you just created. Chain 2, skip your double crochet 3 together, and half double crochet into that next slip stitch. Chain 2, and then half double crochet into the next slip stitch. And repeat this process to the end of the row, and then I'll show you how to finish this row. And here I am at the end of the row, and so your last half double crochet will go into that first single crochet from your first stitch. And so this completes row 7, and for row 8, turn without a turning chain, single crochet into the first stitch, chain 2, which acts as our first triple crochet, and now triple crochet 2 times into the next chain 2 space, and triple crochet into the next half double crochet. And now repeat, placing 2 triple crochets in each chain 2 space and a triple crochet in each half double crochet, ending with a triple crochet into the last stitch. And so now we've just completed row 8. And so now we just need to repeat rows 3 through 8 for as long as you'd like your top, ending with a row 6. And here I am at the end of my first panel, and I ended up using 4 of the repeats, ending with a row 6, which is that double crochet 3 together row. And now we'll continue on with the bottom border. The next row is a repeat of row 7, which is that half double crochet, chain 2, half double crochet row. And the next row is another row 6. It begins the same way with a single crochet, chain 2 in the first stitch, and then another double crochet 3 together in the same stitch. And then your slip stitch will go into that next half double crochet, and then repeat across the row, ending with a slip stitch in the last stitch. And then when you reach the end of this row, repeat the last 2 rows one more time. And here's what the bottom border looks like when it's all done. And here I've made a second panel matching the first one, and I've lined them up wrong sides together, and I've placed stitch markers where I want the shoulder seams to be. You can decide how wide you'd like your neck opening. I would suggest at least 10 inches. And then I've placed another stitch marker where I want my armhole to end, which was about 7.5 inches down from the top. And then you can go ahead and stitch up your side seams and shoulder seams. And now we'll work on the sleeves. So turn your work to the inside, and we'll be working on the wrong side of the armhole. And then join your yarn near the underarm seam. Chain 1, half double crochet, and evenly half double crochet around the armhole, making sure your ending stitch count is again a multiple of 3 plus 1. My stitch count ended up being 46 stitches. When you reach the end of the row, join to your first stitch, chain 1 and turn. And then skip your joining stitch and single crochet in the next stitch, chain 2, and we'll be repeating that double crochet 3 together sideways stitch around this row. And so then we'll be skipping 2 stitches and slip stitch into the next stitch, and so on, ending with a slip stitch into the last stitch. And so for the 4 remaining rows of the sleeve, it's just a repeat as we did for the bottom border of the top. And now your gorgeous top is all done. See you again soon. Bye for now.